Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Long, and I'm here with my co-explorer and co-host, Amy.
Hello.
We're coming to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. And we have a wonderful holiday-based show for you, all about some of the best towns to visit in Christmas or for Christmas across the United States. And this is one that, we can include so many towns, but you know what? We picked our favorites. Some of these we've been to, some of these are high on our list and we'll get to eventually, but they're packed full of that holiday cheer and all kinds of things to do, things to hear, winter activities, winter sports, all the stuff that you like. Do you, whenever we traveled or when you were younger, did you ever go anywhere or any town, anything that you felt that was like really magical around the holiday season, the winter holiday season?
We didn't go anywhere for the holiday season, but I do remember we went to Colorado one year during the summer, and they had a town there that was Christmas all year long. And I don't remember the name of the town or if it's one of these on our list, but I just remember being a kid and being amazed that it was the middle of our summer and there were all these stores with Christmas decorations and lights up, and it was odd to me, but it was really cool as a kid to see that.
It can be really magical if you don't come from a place that, like we grew up in Southeast Texas. It's pretty warm all year long. Not that we don't celebrate Christmas or the holidays or anything like that, but it can be magical. Right. To go into a place around a certain time of year and you see giant Christmas trees and lights. And years ago, it wasn't really the norm, honestly, for towns to decorate and do things like they do now. A lot of towns across, the world now really spruce up and do a lot of things for end of the year festivities. And so it can be just downright magical.
Well, do you think it's because these towns recognize it's a tourist draw and they're trying to bring people in, or is it just getting into the spirit of things?
I think it can be a little of both. It can be for tourists, but I think honestly, this time of the year, it's more for your locals. And it's like, hey, let's celebrate the town and let's come together and have fun. Or at least I like to think it is that way. Yeah, yes, if we have visitors, that's awesome too. But you know what? I think it's more for locals, but we're going to see it from the viewpoint of the tourists going there and visiting and having fun. The first place on our list is one that is regularly featured on all the top travel publishers such as Travel and Leisure, USA Today, all up on their list of exceptional holiday celebrations places to be, and that's Leavenworth, Washington.
Right. I first became aware of Leavenworth, Washington just last year at the Christmas season. I remember coming across it on Instagram and looking it up and telling you we needed to go. And unfortunately, we just couldn't get there last year before their season was over, but it is definitely somewhere that I want to go for Christmas and to see this. It seems like such a cute little town anyway, and then they basically just turn it into a whole Christmas town from November through the end of February.
It's fun. They call it their Christmas town, Village of Lights. And from the end of November, like you said, through the end of February, if you want Christmas lights, if you like the sparkle and trees decorated, fully decorated. You could go to leavenworth.org and to their Christmas Town website and check out the photos. And what I would say here, don't do it justice.
Right. And I think even on the website, it has a live cam. So they have videos or cameras around the city so that you can go and just go on the website and see live what's happening. But these lights, they used to have like an official flip the switch and people would come to see them turn the lights on. But they found that would draw so many people on just that one day that it was logistically challenging. So now they have on a lights on every day approach. They turn on November 28th or Thanksgiving every year, and they stay on through the end of February. Now, their actual Christmas Town festivities do end on Christmas Eve, but those lights stay on for the next 2 months because who doesn't love Christmas lights?
Yeah, absolutely. And then you factor into, I know it might seem maybe trivial to a lot of people, but we don't get a whole lot of snow in Las Vegas.
Right.
So if you can time it right where there's a little bit of snow or at least a dusting of snow in the area, it really has this Santa, Christmas, everything that you're looking for in the holiday season. They even have things like the Leavenworth Nutcracker Museum.
Right.
Now, yes.
I know you have a thing about
I feel a certain way about nutcrackers. They kind of freak me out. I don't really like them. But
what is it? Is it the big teeth that they paint on them?
I love it. It's a combination of the eyes and the teeth and the look.
They always look a little bit like frightened, like they were frozen in this moment in time when they were frightened, and they have like the big teeth painted on their face.
That would not be the emotion I would describe on a nutcracker's face. It's always a little bit like, I'm going to come alive and I'm going to eat you kind of thing. And since I was a kid, I don't like, but you can go. Like, I will stand across the street.
I like nutcrackers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can go to this museum. I'm not going to go. That's a ringing endorsement. But they have so many wonderful things to do beyond that. It's easy to, I know it changes from season to season and everything, but they have Christmas Town at the gazebo. The gazebo is kind of like in, I wouldn't say the center of town, but it's right there in the middle of everything, all the festivities. And they have bands come out different times of the day and different parts of the season. I know one of their really popular Christmas carolers, one of their favorite bands is the Sugar Plums.
The Sugar Plums.
The Sugar Plums, if you are a fan of reality TV, they were on the Christmas Caroler Challenge on the CW a while back, and they won.
Okay.
And it's a group of young women who go out and, they obviously sing throughout the year. But during this time of the year, they're really, really super popular and get there early. It's all I would say, because they have lots of fans, and rightfully so.
Interesting. I would love this. Just go and sit out at the gazebo under the lights and hear different bands and musicians play.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's even like if it's how I'm imagining, they probably even have like school groups come and sing during the day. So that would doesn't that sound like such a sweet small town Christmas thing?
Yeah, absolutely. And with small town Christmas, you have opportunities for the family to take photos with Santa and Mrs. Claus. Also, they have a daily story corner where people read different Christmas time stories, different books to kids. They can write letters to Santa and mail them, and do all kinds of fun holiday crafts and everything if they're younger. So there's all kinds of stuff for the family to just go and spend some fun family time together, enjoy the lights, enjoy the music, enjoy the festivities. And this would be a way, Leavenworth honestly needs to be at the top of your list, along with some of these other places. Depending on where you are in the country, this is one that you don't need to pass up, that you need to make it a priority.
Right. I am all for it. It is definitely at the top of our list to go to Leavenworth. And even we were watching a different reality Christmas show the other day, and someone was talking about that was one of her favorite memories, was going there with her family at Christmas time. So I feel like we really, really need to go, because it's like a totally different type of small town Christmas than what we grew up with in the South.
Yes, the South is a magical wonderland during the Christmas season. I love it. So there you go. That was a ringing endorsement for the South too. But yeah, so Village of Lights, Christmas Town, Leavenworth, Washington, that's where we're going to kick things off. But once we come back, could this be the stirring of a little bit of a rivalry? Because there's another place that also dubs itself Christmas Town, USA. What is this? Scandals? Scandals with Christmas? No, I'm just stirring the pot. We have a whole list of cities that need to be on your favorite list to go visit around Christmas time. Keep it right here. It's the Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. For all of our past episodes and interviews, check us out, unscaledtravelshow.com. Or later on, you can find all of our episodes on your favorite podcasting platform like Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, or that other one that I don't know what the name of it is. I don't know. There's so many of them now. We are coming to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. We're talking about some of the favorite or best Christmas towns across the United States. We were just talking about Leavenworth, Washington, and they dubbed themselves Christmas Town, which might be something of might cause a stir across the country in a place called McAdenville, North Carolina, which is our next featured city, because they have a trademark on the name, Christmas Town, USA.
They do. If you go to their website, it says that they are a registered trademark as Christmas Town, USA. It began in 1956 when the McAdenville Men's Club decided to decorate the trees around their community center with red, white, and green lights. And then in 1980, they were featured on CBS Sunday Morning, talking about them being Christmas Town. And since then has also been featured in Good Morning America, Southern Living Magazine, and several other publications and TV shows as Christmas Town, USA. So they have registered that. They are claiming it, and no one else can be Christmas Town, USA. So,
okay. We're not trying to start a legal battle between two cities. Or any cities, but I guess it is interesting. Okay, so Christmas Town, USA, like you said, McAdenville, North Carolina, has regularly, for years now, decades even, named one of the top 10 Christmas towns in America by all hosts of travel publications, trade publications, magazines, you name it, including all those ones, Country Living and all of that stuff. So like everyone listed on today's show, there's all kinds of things to do that begin right. Well, I guess they give Thanksgiving its flowers. They let it happen, but there's all kinds of fun stuff, including they have a really fun tinsel trail card.
They do. It's actually pretty interesting. It encourages you to go to some of their local shops and restaurants, places like that, and you snap a picture of yourself at each of these places, and you submit the photos, I believe, through Instagram, and you're entered to win prizes. Yeah. So they're encouraging, that small business shopping, but also just a fun bingo to play for the holidays.
Yeah, it's like a bingo because you cover the card and then they draw for prizes later on with every card that you cover. But also it's almost like a little scavenger hunt. You get to, discover some new businesses around town or some new restaurants, like you said, and have a little holiday fun there. And you can win some awesome prizes. But they do have a whole list of activities such as their Christmas lights displays, which are that go from December to, well, I guess through the end of the year. Their tree lighting ceremony is early in December. They even have a Yule log parade, which always makes me think of the episode that we did a while back about wonderful Christmas traditions around the world and some interesting things people do with Yule logs.
Right.
Go figure that one out.
It does also say this year that they have turned one of their parks into what they're calling the North Pole Park. There's going to be crafts out there, food trucks, music, lights, photo booths, just a really fun kind of festival atmosphere. And it's going to happen, I think, for the entire month of December, but they have special things planned on certain weekends. So if you're near McAdenville, North Carolina, or plan on going, I would definitely check out the website to see what they have happening on the different days. But it sounds like there's something every day. They just have special events on certain days too.
Right. TownofmcAdenville.org is their website. And you may be wondering, if you are planning Christmas trips, McAdenville does sit outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. So easy access there if you're using, your Sky Miles. You can fly right into Charlotte and then find your way over to McAdenville. But things like we mentioned the Yule log parade and ceremony, the tree lighting ceremonies. But also, if you are more of a physical person, I don't know if I would do this, but they always have Christmas Town 5Ks where you can run and walk. Well, I guess I could walk. Get a sneak peek of the lights before the official lighting. And all of that kind of supports local charities and such. And then there are different live performances and church performances if that is your thing. So, it's just one of these places. And I remember now, once we started speaking about this, on my side of the family, my mother's family, she has some family in North Carolina, and I heard her mention it a few times over the past few years, I should say, about this place. And so it is, I think it's still something. I mean, it's been around. They started doing it in the 50s. You mentioned a lot of national exposure since at least the early 80s and everything, but it's still one of those things. I think it's still a place that it flies under the radar a little bit on the West Coast.
Right.
Because there are so many fun options on the West Coast. But if you want a little change of scenery, the East Coast is beautiful during this time of year. And people should make their way out and at least check it out once. Find out what all that Christmas magic is about, what they hiding over there in McAdenville.
Yeah, I mean, I personally had not heard of this one before, but the more I've read about it, I'm surprised because I love Christmas towns. You and I talk about them every holiday season, how I want to go
all the time.
Go to them. And this one I had not heard of. So I'm excited. It's on our list too of places to go. Even if we don't make it there at Christmas, it's one of those towns that just seems like it's very cute and quaint. And I want to just go down and walk down their downtown area and check it out.
And you should. And even if you go visit their website, they have a plan your visit PDF that you can go view. You can download, print off, or whatever if you need to make the best choices whenever you're planning your trip, because around Christmas time, it does fill up and it does get a little bit busy, right? Mm-hmm. So they have tips like visit early in the month on a weekday if possible. The lights come on promptly at 5:30 every single evening, and they turn off exactly at 10 p.m. So plan to arrive before 5, do your shopping, dining, enjoy some music. And for folks that are my age, hey, everything stops at 10 o'clock. So you ain't going to be out late doing nothing. So you can go to bed and get up 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever you do. And they also list things like public parking areas and what the traffic is going to be like, roads that may be closed, different things like that. And they even give you suggestions about merchants and places to stay in that area. So these are folks that you could tell have been around for a while. They know their town better than anyone. So, I just read here, they got food trucks available. Oh, you buried the lead.
You love food trucks.
You buried the lead, McAdenville. Come on, put food trucks at the top. You had me. You had me there, food trucks. So there you go. It is an interesting time to go visit this. But like you said, if you can't make it around Christmas time, it looks like a beautiful place to visit regardless. So
right.
Check it out. McAdenville, North Carolina. It's the Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long here with my co-host, Amy.
Hello.
We are chatting about some of the best Christmas towns in the United States that you can check out. Leavenworth, Washington, McAdenville, North Carolina, and now we move over to the dirty South. Natchitoches, Louisiana. This is a place that you and I have visited over the years, especially when we were younger, that has a long and storied Christmas tradition, and it really is a fantastic place to go and check out. In fact, this year they're celebrating their 98th annual Christmas festival. 98 years.
I know. I'm surprised. I've grown up my whole life hearing of Natchitoches, driving through there a few times, My grandparents used to go to Natchitoches fairly frequently because they had family in the area. And I had never heard about their Christmas festival. And it's been going on for almost a century now. So I feel a little bit ripped off that we were so close and never got to experience this.
I'll be honest. The first time I actually did experience it when I was younger, my mother and I were driving through and we were going to visit some friends in Louisiana. And she made the detour through Natchitoches. And I was probably 7 or 8. I have fuzzy memories of this, but I was just not interested. The lights were strung over. There's like a kind of this like river or creek that goes through a part of the town. And I was just not interested, but I liked the lights. I just wasn't interested in everything else. And we didn't actually stop. I think it probably would have made a bigger impact if we stopped, but that was my first iteration into it. And then later on throughout the years, we would stop in town and actually go and experience it. But like everything else, it's grown exponentially since then. Over the past few decades, Natchitoches has been recognized in almost every publication there is for best small towns for Christmas in the United States, including Southern Living and Travel and Leisure and a bunch of places such as that. And every year, it seems the celebration gets bigger and bigger and more people find out about it.
Right.
And head to Louisiana, and they should. What started in 1927 as a small single-day celebration is now a 6-week-long celebration with over 300,000 lights, 100 set pieces throughout the city and the historic downtown area every single night. And it's absolutely something that, we need to go back again as people of a certain age.
Thank you for putting it that way.
To go experience this area. So again, started in 1927, and it's just evolved over to this fun, festive family experience. And I don't know, what would you have done? What do you would have hoped your parents would have done differently to give you a chance at this Christmas experience?
I don't know. I think it hits different when you're a kid and you walk into a winter wonderland. It
Right.
does seem magical. As an adult, it still seems magical, but I also see all the hard work that goes into it. But when you're a kid, you don't see any of that. You just see the Christmas lights and you smell the food and you see all the people and sometimes in costume, but just happy and cheerful. And it's a whole different way of experiencing it than it is as an adult. So
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things like you didn't even remember you had seen this until like we started talking about it and then the memory came back to you.
Yeah.
But like now if we went, it's probably going to stick with us a little bit more because we have traveled some, but we haven't really traveled to a place that does Christmas like these towns we're talking about. So it's going to, I think it's going to capture us in a different way than if we were kids.
Yeah. And, it's not to say that where we live doesn't have good Christmas experiences. I think Las Vegas is highly underrated as far
Right.
as Christmas celebrations. But saying that, it's more of like Natchitoches it's like the town is taken over by it, which
Right.
here in Vegas, it's so separated out that every little area kind of does their own thing, but it's not like the Las Vegas Christmas celebration,
Yeah.
blah, 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 because the casinos are still going to be the casinos. The strip is still going to be the strip. And they have little things and installations that turn into Christmas features. And you can read all about those on unscaledtravelshow.com. And we have all kinds of past episodes and everything about it. But it's something, I think, completely different, like you said, when the entire town
Yeah.
kind of switches gears and everyone gets into it. And it's every street, every store, hundreds of thousands of
Right.
lights. That hits a little bit different when
It's
you're a
kind of
kid.
hard to find that now if you don't live in a place like that. I mean, we were talking the other day about when our kids were little and even when we were little, and there were certain neighborhoods that you would go to because you knew those neighborhoods really decorated for Christmas.
Yeah.
And you just see less and less of that now. So to see these towns where the entire town gets into it, they like turn their whole downtown area into a festival for an entire month. I love it. I'm here for it. I want to go because I love Christmas, but I just love also this like sense of community that comes out of it too.
So like any other wonderful Christmas town, they have a whole slew of events that you can go and check out and be a part of. The biggest thing is probably the Natchitoches Christmas Parade. It's a huge thing to be a part and be in this and even just witness this parade. And like any good parade, they have grand marshals. And this season, they actually have the LSU gymnastics team as the grand marshals of this parade. And they are the current NCAA national champions. And that includes influencer extraordinaire Olivia Dunn, probably heading the, what do they call them? Floats, parade float. Yes. in big fashion and everything. And so, you can also go to their website, natchitocheschristmas.com. Now, how do you spell that?
Not the way it sounds at all.
Not the way it sounds. It's NATCHITOCHES. That is Natchitoches. natchitocheschristmas.com. They have a whole list of events that they are going to do. Cookies with Santa. They have the official start of their holiday season, which their holiday season starts, I think it goes from the Saturday before Thanksgiving and goes well into the new year. And we're going to talk more about it. We're talking some of the best Christmas towns in the USA that you should be writing down. I hope so, because I spelled that out for you. Took every breath I had. It's Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, here with my co-host, Ain.
Hello.
My little elf. My little elf.
You're funny.
We're talking about some of the best Christmas towns in the United States that you should be writing down and making a list, checking it twice, and then traveling out and go check out, right? So we've talked about a number of towns. We are still chatting about Natchitoches, Louisiana, which has been celebrating Christmas town festivities for almost 100 years now. And they have a whole just smorgasbord of events. It kicks off the first or the Saturday before Thanksgiving and goes through the new year. And they have all kinds of fun stuff listed.
Right. They have 2 different parades. They do fireworks. They have a Christmas tour of homes. I don't know if you've ever done this before.
No.
Okay. So I did this a few times back home, and it's where people over decorate their house for Christmas. Like every single room is decorated. They're all themes. They have covered every single surface in something Christmassy. And it's an organized tour where you go from one house to another. And there's usually, some drinks and refreshments at each house. But you just go and look at these people's over-the-top Christmas decorations. And it's actually very fun.
Is it just outside? Like
No, inside. You go into the people's homes. Yes.
I don't know how
so it's like you're touring their house, but you're touring their house like super decorated for Christmas.
Okay.
So it's really neat. It's like those pictures you see on Instagram of people who've just gone nuts for Christmas. Yeah. Those are the houses that you're touring. Okay. I would love to do it.
If you've gone crazy, we want to come check out your house. They do have things listed like drone shows and fireworks over the river and, special opportunities to meet Santa and hang out with, elves and things like that we do around Christmas time.
And not to mention the food. I mean, we're in Louisiana. Gosh. You have to go eat.
I miss good Cajun food.
I do too.
Because I don't know what they have out here in Vegas, but it is not
the same.
They may call it Cajun style sometimes, but that is, I think we should sue these people. Anyway, they have Christmas tour of homes and all kinds of fun stuff to do in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Just kind of wrapping up there on Natchitoches. Yeah. I want to say, yes, this is something, this is one of those towns that you should go check out. They put everything into their seasonal celebration, and just remembering those good times I had as a kid it still stands out some really, really fun memories of, probably my only fun memories of being a Christmas.
Sad Jeremy's story.
I'm just kidding. Let's turn our attention to a really fun place. When you're looking at Christmas celebrations and places you go visit, I don't think there's another appropriately named place
Right.
outside of Santa Claus, Indiana. It's actually named Santa Claus, Indiana.
I have heard of it. I guess in my mind, I didn't actually realize that was its official town name. Mm-hmm. And I was asking you, how did it get its name? And the story is actually kind of fascinating.
Yeah, so the town was actually established in 1854. So it's a pretty old town in Indiana, but it was originally called Santa Fe. But they couldn't get a post office because there's already a Santa Fe, Indiana. There's also a Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's kind of a hit. Anyway, they had a few town meetings over the years, and the name Santa Claus was selected. It's the only town in the world with a post office that bears the name of Santa Claus. So because of that popular name, they get thousands and thousands of letters from to Santa from all over the world every single year. They have a group of volunteers called Santa's Elves that ensure that every child receives a reply from Santa Claus. That is so
I love it.
Awesome.
I love it.
That tradition has been in existence since at least 1914. So even older than the Natchitoches Christmas.
Right.
So that's amazing to me. The post office also creates an annual Christmas hand cancellation pictorial postmark for use during December, which also attracts mail from all over the world.
I guess if your town is named Santa Claus, you have to do Christmas.
Bro,
you
right?
can't not, right?
That'd be weird, right? They had a Santa Claus town, and they were like, no dancing here.
We don't believe
but we
in
don't
Christmas.
do Santa Claus or Christmas here. But they do have a number of lakes: Christmas Lake, Lake Holly, Lake Noel, Lake Rudolph.
I love it.
All of these really exist in this wonderful, wonderful place that is. Now I'm going to visit this place.
I feel like I'm watching a Hallmark movie or reading a Christmas romance book.
They have been recognized by everyone. Reader's Digest, Travel Channel, all the top publications for Christmas. You know, if you want a true Christmas destination, there you go. This place actually exists. Santa Claus, Indiana is in the southwestern part of Indiana, and you will not be disappointed. They have the Land of Lights thing, you can drive through about 1.5 miles of a light show, and it tells the story of Rudolph and all of that, and then Santa's Candy Castle and all kinds of fun.
I hope the whole town has bought in and all the shop names are Christmas themed, I don't know, Rudolph's Pizzas and stuff like that, Frosty Snow Cones. To me, it would be a big fill if it was just regular, I don't know.
Yeah.
The tavern. Lean into it. You're a Christmas town.
So I mentioned Santa's Candy Castle. That's a real thing, right? So the castle itself was dedicated in 1935. It blends old world charm with modern day fun, as they say. Magical experiences for all ages, and it looks like if Santa had a castle. This is at least his starter home for a castle right here,
his
man.
Starter home.
Yeah,
I love it.
It looks amazing, and yes, it is one of those places that, with a name like this, you just kind of lean into. You lean into everything, and every single picture is delightful. And I hope the people of Santa Claus are ready to have Jeremy and Amy there, because we're gonna tear that town up with Christmas cheer and Yule logs. I can't wait. And of course, if you go to their website, santaclausind.org, you can see everything, all of their list of events, their lodging options. They have something called the Bearded Blog, which you can follow along throughout the year. So
I love it. I love it. I want to go.
I want to write a letter to Santa now.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to get started on that letter. You take a break. It's the Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long here with my elf, my co-elf.
I am little.
Amy.
Hello. I don't know how elves greet people, so I'm just going with hello.
How do you think? Like, kick them in the shin. We're coming to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios, giving you an idea and a list that you should check twice for the best Christmas towns in the United States. And you should check out every single one of these. Not just, it'd be wonderful if you can visit during Christmas time. Obviously, that's why we're talking about them. But any other time of the year, all of these places are wonderful to visit on their own merits. So the next one up is a place that I have come to know well, and I have some friends there, and it's a really great place. This is Williamsburg, Virginia. Williamsburg is special. Williamsburg continuously throughout the year for every season pops up on best of list for not only their Christmas celebrations, but Halloween, of course. And then just throughout the year, through the different celebrations that we have, they're always featured in Condé Nast, Travel and Leisure, Reader's Digest. I just saw them a few days ago in USA Today. They're always on a top 10 list for something. And that's what makes it so amazing that they are still the town itself has this small town feel. It's wonderful. It's full of history. This is where the Colonial Williamsburg edition is. And so they get millions of visitors every single year, and they just kind of keep their small town thing going, despite being probably one of the best places to live and visit.
Right. I think you were telling me they get millions of visitors every year, which surprised me because I've heard of Williamsburg and Colonial Williamsburg, but it didn't occur to me like this was
how big it is.
This was a big tourist destination. But once you were there and you started telling me things about it, I get it now. Yeah. I totally understand. And when you see them embracing all these different holidays, what they do for Halloween and then for Christmas and just these different, they make these holidays like events in the city. I can see why people go there every single year to experience it.
I think that is a really good look at it, because if it's just a festival, anyone does a festival. Mm-hmm. But when your town or your area makes it an event and it really embraces it, like we're going to do this with quality and with families in mind, and it is what it is for this time of year, I think it becomes something that goes into the can't miss category.
Right.
Because like I said, anyone can do a festival, but for the things that these guys line up, including their annual Christmas market and their even special things like their museum store Sundays and Black Friday weekends and different things like that, it really crosses that line into, must do. We got to go do this, and you just kind of look at the family and everyone just kind of understands like, yeah, we're going to go have fun and it's going to be family, but it's also going to be kind of unforgettable.
Well, and the thing, you touched on it, but this is a historic area and they really embrace their history. And I think seeing how they did Christmas hundreds of years ago is also really interesting. And it's not something that you see everywhere in the U.S. especially. So going there and seeing the live performances in the historic area with the candlelit streets and the horse-drawn carriages. Just, it is nostalgic for a time we've never experienced, but, a simpler time really, and just kind of brings the whole Christmas season. It gives it a different feel.
Yeah. Especially in like we mentioned, the Colonial Williamsburg area, they keep it going. Okay. They don't just shut down Colonial Williamsburg and do something different. No, it's It's 18th century decorations made from natural materials. Like you said, guided tours that explain the history and traditions behind the decor and different things they did during their holiday seasons back in the 17th and 18th century. And also, you mentioned the horse-drawn carriages. Now, you could do a carriage ride anytime. When I was there, I think in the late summer, early fall, they still had horse-drawn carriages because that's an authentic way they got around back in those days. But I can only imagine what a horse-drawn carriage is like during Christmas time in this area.
Right.
You know, with the everyone walking around and just kind of enjoying the history and everything else.
It sounds very romantic.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do that by myself.
Well, you could have done it with, your guide.
She's talking about CEO of Visit Williamsburg, Edward Harris, who's now my buddy. And you know what? We shared a dinner and a ghost tour. I don't know if a midnight carriage ride would have been something that he was up for, but I'm not going to, you know what? Everything's on the table.
You're not going to turn it down?
Ed and I are good friends now. So you know what? Whatever. Including, what would have been fun is Christmas Town at Busch Gardens.
Right.
Busch Gardens Amusement Park is phenomenal by itself. But you add in their seasonal areas, like they do a really crazy like Halloween thing, but also Christmas at Busch Gardens is other level. If you just see the pictures, see the videos that come out of there every single year, millions of lights, holiday shows, festive rides, meet and greets with Santa, all in an amusement park type setting. You can see why, and it sits just outside of Williamsburg. You can see why this area stays so popular year in and year out
Right.
with families and couples and everyone who just...
Well, it's appealing to the whole family. You have the history for Grandpa over here.
Hey, don't lob factual statements at me as if they're insults. Okay?
You have the amusement park for the young at heart. And then you have the really cool shopping and just unique experiences for those of us in between. And I'm sure the food is incredible, too. It's the South. We know how to do food, right?
Yeah. Amazing food, just an amazing time. There's also little touches, like going back to the colonial area. They actually set up an ice skating rink. And in fact, I saw on Ed's Instagram the other day, he took his kids to the ice skating rink. And I was like, I didn't know you guys did an ice skating rink. And he was like, of course. And it's amazing. And all these people come out and go experience it. And they have the Virginia Symphony Orchestra, local choirs, live performances of all kinds in this area. And it's just, anytime you get to talk about Williamsburg, I think on my end is a really fun and entertaining thing to do because so many people know it. I mean, it's a place that people from all around the world come and visit every single year, but Christmas time adds that little something special to it.
So would you go ice skating?
Would I? Look, I look like Bambi on concrete when it's hot outside, okay? You can't put me with this beard in ice skates in front of people.
I've tried it a couple of times with our kids, and I have to say I'm not good at it. The first time I didn't fall, but I didn't really skate. I just kind of like shuffled along. The second time we went, I thought, I'll try to actually skate. And some little kid slammed into me. I hit the ground. I was done. Like, no, thank you. This isn't fun anymore. I'm going to go sit. You guys can ice skate.
That is the first time I heard you cuss at a child. I don't think you actually did, but it hurt. I know it hurt. So different things. Christmas market on the Main there in town, which is close to 100 vendors lining the street. You can get paintings, homemade soaps, Christmas wreaths, jewelry, all kinds of stuff. And yes, the town crier, which we learned a while back, that is a real job that still exists sometimes, rings the market in at 10 a.m. And they have fife and drums, which is the like almost snare drums that go down the street and they walk, an official, all of that happens. They have the fire trucks decorated. I mean, it's an amazing, amazing time. So you should definitely check out Williamsburg during the Christmas area, right? Right? Are you going to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
She's staring at me. It's the Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, your host, here with my co-host, Amy.
Hello.
We're coming to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, but we are talking about some of the best Christmas towns in the United States. They should all be on your list to go visit. If not this season, then plan ahead for next season. A lot of great information. We've given you a lot of great towns that you can go check out, but we're not done yet. I know we've only scratched the surface of Christmas towns here in the United States, but we've given you some good ones. And we got another one on the way, right? Let's switch gears. Talk about Durango, Colorado.
Durango, Colorado is beautiful any time of year.
Yes.
When I went, it was during the middle of the summer, and I have to say it was one of the most beautiful places I have ever seen. Ever. It's just a gorgeous, it's in the mountains here, and just, you can't even explain it. It's lovely, but I can't imagine how beautiful it is at Christmas time with the snow and the lights and everything else. I did actually ride the train that goes from Durango to Silverton.
Wow.
And it was summer, so the scenery is beautiful, but it wasn't winter scenery. But they use this train to be an official Polar Express train ride. A lot of people say they have a Polar Express, but this is the official one from the movies. And I so want to do it because reading about it's actually really interesting. It's an immersive theatrical recreation of the story. So the Polar Express was originally a book, and it was turned into a movie in the early 2000s. And you get on this vintage steam train as it leaves Durango, and you go to the North Pole, which is Silverton. But they have chefs there serving hot chocolate and cookies, and they're reading the Polar Express book. When you arrive at the North Pole, there's a light show, and Santa Claus is there. And then he gets on the train and rides back to Durango with the kids and gives each child on the train a gift.
What?
It is the Polar Express experience.
That sounds magical. I didn't even ask you. You just launched into that.
I know, because it's I love it.
I love that you love it. That sounds
I wish
amazing.
our kids were still little. I'm not ready for grandkids, but I wish our kids were still little so I could go do this with them, because it's kind of weird for adults just to go do it, I think.
Is it? No, I don't think so. I mean, if it was just me.
Maybe, yeah.
But not us together. It wouldn't be weird at all.
You don't think so? Because most of the pictures and videos are all of children.
Well, yeah, because they advertise to kids, but it's not just kid only. I mean, again, I couldn't go by myself. But you and I could go.
I want to go. I want to go so bad. I want to see the beautifulness of Durango at Christmas time and do the train.
Well, if you can't tell, Durango, Colorado is a really amazing place. It is regularly featured in places like Travel and Leisure, Country Living, especially for their Christmas holiday season, because of things like the Polar Express, which just got a great advertisement from my little elf here. And then there's a downtown holiday kickoff, which is the Christmas tree lighting at Buckley Park. They have caroling, hot cocoa, festive treats. There's a downtown shopping extravaganza where local shops offer discounts, live music to promote local businesses. So not only are you going to get to go and have that festive time, but it's always important to shop local, help out your local stores, be patrons of the local scene, right? Put that money back into the community. But also, Durango, among all those other things, the skiing and snowboarding scene is, just amazing, right? So you have trails that you can go visit and walk down on snowshoes, especially in the heavier snow times. And they even have a dog sledding tour that you can kind of take, a festival of trees, all kinds of stuff.
I love it. They have all these organized events. One called Noel Night, which is it's says it's a family-friendly event, but it is like local merchants and entertainment and just like treats. And it's kind of just this sort of little festival to, get people out and in the community and shopping local and just getting into that holiday spirit. And then even stuff after the holidays are over, they have an event called Snowdown, which is the end of January, goes into the beginning of February. It's a 5-day event. Well, it's a 5-day overall event with over 100 little activities and events scheduled throughout
Like
those
within
5
those days?
days.
Okay.
Yeah, including another parade of lights at night. They have adult-only fashion shows.
Whoa, what's that about? Hold on.
They have sporting contests. It says it's an epic party that lasts for 5 days, January 26th through February 4th of this coming year. So they extend this out well past the holidays and just make this a fun place to go be during the winter.
Which is you can go to downtowndurango.org and check out. They have all of their events listed for that particular holiday season and even things to prepare you to go visit. They give you dining options and places that you could stay for that season, giving you your best options. But just looking at the events in general, the singing with Santa, like, I mean, how better to kick off the holiday season than like free hot chocolate cookies, and you get a photo with Santa, a free photo with Santa. Okay, bring your own camera, and like the band is like doing their thing, and Santa's belting out tunes, bro.
That would be fun.
I don't know if he takes requests or anything.
That would be so much fun. Singing with Santa. I love it.
Hey, Santa, sing me some Megan Thee Stallion, something like that. I don't know if it's just holiday treats or not, but
he's not just doing carols. He's up there singing the Bee Gees.
Hey, look, after I saw the adult fashion show, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that implies. It would mean something totally different in Vegas, I'm pretty sure.
I think it probably means the same thing.
Oh, okay. So along with the Polar Express, they also have the Cascade Canyon Winter Train. The pictures from this, if you go on any kind of Instagram or anything like that and see the Cascade Canyon Train, the pictures will do it so much more justice than I could ever do just talking about it. But you get a fireside lunch, photo opportunities, and you also get a 60-minute layover to kind of hang out and, take a little train ride through the mountains and go see things, through the San Juan National Forest. And I mean, that sounds perfect. When I think about Christmas and what to do and what I want to do at Christmas time, that's the kind of stuff that I'm like, I want to do that. Sign me up for a whole 5 days of crazy, like just overdosing on eggnog and hot chocolate and Santa and reindeer and all of that.
Well, like Durango, it's not one of those places you think of as like a really big city, but they have a lot to offer and a wide range of things. They do the Nutcracker Ballet every year. So for some people, that is a tradition to go and see the Nutcracker. Mm-hmm. You could go see it in Durango. They also have holiday farmers markets where local vendors, set up all their booths and they're selling all their local wares and foods and crafts and just, I love that kind of stuff. We grew up going to those types of events, and I love seeing that still being carried out in small towns. To me, that is like true small town community right there. Yeah. And so I would love to go to Durango at Christmas time and see it.
Well, let's buy the ticket, take the ride, man. Some other options as well. Closer to home here in Vegas, right outside of Salt Lake City, is Park City, Utah. Park City is, I think, criminally underrated for how beautiful it is. I got to drive through there recently, and then they have just lovely drives on your way to work, and you're just seeing beautiful mountains and snow, and you're just like, oh, this is
I think people think of Park City for skiing and snowboarding.
Absolutely.
But and even if you don't do that, it's a great place to visit.
On Christmas Eve, ski and snowboard instructors descend the Park City mountains carrying flaming torches, which create a mesmerizing glow against the snowy backdrop, and it's followed up by fireworks. So even like little events like that, the Torchlight Parade is something crazy wonderful to see during Christmas time in Park City, Utah, and a whole slew of events, again, within that city. And I didn't want to leave off these couple areas like Newport, Rhode Island. If you're in the northeastern part of the United States, it's a beautiful coastal city, right? And if you didn't know about Newport, Rhode Island, always listed in coastal living, travel, and leisure for their winter activities as well.
Yeah.
And it's just so amazing.
We stopped in there for like a day when we were in that part of the country, and it was beautiful then.
It was. It was beautiful then. So we hope we have given you some holiday cheer, something to look forward to. And maybe if you're good, Santa will bring you some airline tickets so you can go and visit some of these beautiful Christmas towns here in the United States. Thanks for joining us. We will see you guys next time. It's the Unscaled Travel Show.